Okay, when we're looking at a limit and plugging in doesn't work, what do? Well, first we try to plug in. This says I'm trying to evaluate the limit as x approaches minus 2, but when I plug in a minus 2 on top, I get something that approaches 0. When I plug in a minus 2 on bottom, I get something that approaches 0. We know that 0 over 0 is undefined. I try to avoid writing equals 0 over 0 because I don't want to say the limit equals 0 over 0. That's actually not true. Anyways, what do? Well, we try to use some algebra, and someone's going to say simplify. Well, how could you possibly simplify? You factor the top, you factor the bottom. Now, factoring is something that we're supposed to be good at anyways, but whenever we get 0 in something, that's an automatic hint that something is going to happen. So for example, when I look at the bottom and I plug in minus 2 and get 0, that automatically tells me that x plus 2 is going to be a factor. So I know that x plus 2 is going to be a factor because when I plug in minus 2, I get 0. Same thing's true on the top. I know that when I plug in negative 2 here, I get 0. So x plus 2 is going to automatically be a factor. Now, when I try to look for the second factor on the bottom, boy, that's easy. Ready? Because I know that this times this has to be 3x squared, so that has to be 3x. I know that this times this has to be minus 4, so I know that has to be minus 2. Knowing that x plus 2 is a factor really, really simplified this. The top, you have to remember the formula for the sum of two cubes, or you have to be willing to do long division with x cubed plus 8 divided by x plus 2. I opted for using the formula for the sum of two cubes. And so I get this. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for the height of the hole on this graph. But I can cancel x plus 2, so I do. And I get this function. Now, here's the cool thing. What's the relationship between this function after I cancel and this function before I cancel? I'm looking for the height of the hole here, but this canceling had the effect of filling in the dot. So the height of the hole here is equal to the height of the dot here, and this one's continuous. So I can find the height of the dot here just by plugging in. And I get minus 3 halves, and that's my final answer. Summary, if you can't plug in, try to factor and cancel and plug in and be able to explain why it works.